It's another day. It's hump day in Football City, USA, and I'm fired up like a motherfucker. Yes, I am. Y'all don't know? It's S366, or is it 666? Y'all been keeping this one on the chat boards hot as hell. So this is your opportunity to call in today and talk to me personally on the Wake and Bake Show. You for it or you against it? Your call. Let's get this shit started.
Rolling up a do when I wake up and contemplate how I'm gonna make bucks. Rent is due soon, I'm pitching. No different, I need to throw a change up. Before you start talking, get your weight up. Same dudes hating, they keep doing the same stuff. Cush loud, say what? We only look down to roll weed and pray up. And blow my smoke to the heavens above. And thank God just for showing me love, for giving me the strength when push came to shove, and making this beautiful bud for real. Roll it up for the good times, pour it out for the bad times. Roll it up for the good times, pour it out for the bad times. Hit my knees and pray, I say goodbye to yesterday. I wake, then I bake, and everything's okay, and everything's okay, yeah.
Hopped up out the bed, grabbed my Ziploc. Y'all know my campaign, smoke trees, not rocks. Fell asleep with a dream, came up with a plot. Now I'm bleeding my block off private stock, trying to stack me up $1 million. House on the hill for my wife and my children. Flow non-violent, but I'm talking about a killing. Could've called life or I could've fell a victim, but I ain't never slipping. At night I hit my knees and pray. I try to talk to God, but he can't hear what I say. So if I go before my time, here's my soul to take. But if I get up in the morning, let me bake when I wake.
Roll it up for the good times, pour it out for the bad times. Roll it up for the good times, pour it out for the bad times. Hit my knees and pray, I say goodbye to yesterday. I wake, then I bake, and everything's okay, and everything's okay, yeah.
I'm all about feeling great on a day-to-day. Double-fisted red cups, I ain't ashamed to say I'm trying to have the best summer I ever had. Inhale some good, exhale the bad. This is just the way things go first. I wait, then I bake, then I elevate the code. Cause you only get to live life once, but if you do it right, then once is enough. So just remember that whenever times get tough, and keep faith within the God we trust. And remember you can only take it day to day, and everything's gonna be okay. It'll be okay. Hey.
Roll it up for the good times, pour it out for the bad times. Roll it up for the good times, pour it out for the bad times. Hit my knees and pray, I say goodbye to yesterday. I wake, then I bake, and everything's okay, and everything's okay, yeah.
Good morning for all those that's not on Facebook, Facebook and Twitter. I'll be posting on Instagram in just a second. The discussion of the day is S366, or is it 666? Your call. So what I did is open up my phone lines today for any and everybody who wants to call in, if you for it or against it. Hey, don't be no what they calling them vigilantes on the keyboards. Hey, put your voice out there, let you be known. Yeah, I know it's a lot of y'all signing up about it. I want to talk about it this morning. Or y'all scared? Because if you don't say nothing, we gonna put up with this shit a little bit longer. So hey, it's your call. Once again, the phone number is 803-412-9386. We are waiting on your call.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I'll like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. You, and for that we have each other, and we will rise, we will rise, we'll rise, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again, and we'll rise up. I like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
Noticing you really like me, can't control my anxiety. Feeling like I'm touching the ceiling. When I'm with you, I can't breathe. Boy, you do something to me. Ooh, no, I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do. Get me high like you do. Listen to my heart go bottom. Boot up, dee-dee-da-do. Boot up, and my heart go bottom. Boot up, dee-dee-da-do. It just won't stop, it go bottom. Boot up, dee-dee-da-do. Boot up, and my heart go bottom. Boot up, dee-dee-da-do. It just won't stop, it go. I might die without you. Feeling all over my body. You know how I like it. Ain't gotta tell you what to do. Yeah. Ooh, no, I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do. Yeah. Get me high like you do. Listen to my heart go bottom. Boot up, dee-dee-da-do. Boot up. Biddy-da-do, it just won't stop, it go head over heels in love. Right in front of you, I ain't gotta look no more, baby. I wanna build this love. And everything you own, you ain't gotta ask for. You got me boot up, boot up, boot up, boot up. So you from the jump, I don't wanna choose you. Got me boot up, boot up, boot up, boot up. Grab me by the waist, baby, pull me closer. Get me high like you do, yeah. Ooh, yeah, you know I'll never get over you until I find something new that get me high like you do. Listen to my heart go ba-do, boot up, biddy-da-do, boot up, and my heart go ba-do, boot up, biddy-da-do. It just won't stop, it go ba-do, boot up. Biddy-da-do, boot up, and my heart go ba-do, boot up, biddy-da-do, it just won't stop, it go.
And we're back. You're in tune to the Wake and Bake Show. It's a hump day. Yeah, it is. And we trying to get over the hump. We trying to get y'all over y'all fear of talking about these damn bills. I mean, y'all claim, some of y'all are keyboard activists. You can type all that shit, but don't talk about it. Y'all, shame on y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get back to work. I give y'all opportunity to say something about this bill, and everybody done clam the fuck up. Okay, that's all right. We'll deal with it another day. But when that bill passed, I don't want to hear a word from none of y'all complaining on them keyboards, because you had an opportunity to say for or against. I mean, you can't get no more open than that. And you can't say you didn't know about it, because it's out there on Facebook, it's out there on Instagram, and it's out there on Twitter. So the choice is yours, guys. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to do what we do best. We're going to talk about Trump's AG pick. Oh, yeah. If you've been on this planet, you heard about this fool. He ain't for cannabis. Not one iota. So, yeah. This is what he said. Trump's AG pick says it's a mistake to back off marijuana. First and foremost, you are the AG. Your opinion shouldn't matter shit. You supposed to be impartial. So I'm going to go ahead and go with this story. Yeah, I'm fired up today because that bill just works my last nerve. I mean, in the comments about that, we're going to talk about that too right after this. Because y'all can tell I'm pissed this morning. I really am. President Donald Trump lead the Department of Justice want marijuana to stay illegal at the federal level, but he doesn't have a plan for how to abide by that by law. Did you hear that? We should either have a federal law that prohibits marijuana everywhere, which I would support myself, because I think it's a mistake to back off on marijuana. William Barr told the Senate Judiciary Committee on Tuesday afternoon, responding to the question about his future role as Attorney General. I would think the current situation is untenable. It's almost like a backdoor notification of the federal law. But Barr also said he would try not to stop marijuana success in the states that already have legalized the drug in the face of current federal law. If the government wants to allow states to go their own way on marijuana, Barr added, in the field should go about that way the right way. Although he didn't clarify at what means. When asked by Senator Carol Harris if he would use federal resources to go after companies working within the state's legal marijuana industry, Barr said he wouldn't, but he added that the U.S. cannot stay in the current situation. Well, dishonesty exists between state and federal law. Can an existing administration and an attorney general start cutting deals with states and say, we're not going to apply the law? Barr asked, using gun control as an example. Barr has a history of hardline views on drug use and support tough on crime policies. As the Attorney General under George H.W. Bush in the early 90s, he aborted the title case for more incarceration, which argued more than a robust prison system and noted prisoners in early release sometimes went on to commit new crimes preliminary relating to drugs. So, I'm going to stop right there on that. Y'all already know how I feel about Mr. Barr. Hell no, he don't need to be up in there. Anybody that wants to lock anyone up for a plant don't need to be our new AG. Now, I shall continue. Senator Cory Booker brought up as a report that Barr views on incarceration and criminal justice were unequivocal, but Barr contended that the report was only a means to apply to the criminal and violent gun offenses. Bullshit. If you can go back to the 90s and read that. That wasn't about that. That was the war on drugs. And the war on drugs is the war on people of color. Okay, think about that. Booker also noted that Barr has resisted federal prison reform, which Congress recently passed to the primary benefit of non-violent drug offenders, many who are people of color. In preparing March release Monday, however, Barr said he diligently applied a new federal prison reform while continuing to keep the pressure on chronic violent criminals. I think when you have violent gangs, cities killing people, murdering, and so forth and so on, most readily probably charged is the drug trafficking offenses that prove capable of the whole gang for murder. Now, I'm going to stop right there, and I ain't going to go no further than that because I'm going to get mad when I read it. This is the thing. If you would go ahead and legalize cannabis across the United States, that's one less thing the drug cartels and everybody else has to deal with. But by you only having 33 cities in the District of Columbia currently having some type of cannabis reform bill or licensing or recreation or medical, you still leaving the black market open. So this what you telling me. You still want it to be illegal, but so you can lock motherfuckers up. I'm just keeping it real today, guys. I'm just keeping it real. Because it's like this. They make federal dollars off of prisoners. State money makes money off of prisoners. They use these guys for free labor here in the state of South Carolina. Yeah, you heard me right. Slavery is still legal by way of the prison system. Y'all got quiet about that, huh? Yeah, it's still legal. So I'm going to tell you like this here. I'm finna go to a quick break real quick because I'm finna check and make sure my phone working right because not one person called. We'll be right back.
Gun in the holster be right in the upholstery, somewhere right close to me, just in case the rollers be rolling on the G. My woman keep it in the hosiery. I'm known in my town and on strips where high rollers be. I'm up early where the money folders sipping Folgers be. A country boy chilling in Brooklyn like Lefty spoke for me.
Fuck with us, you fuck with the truth, we speak
Never
openly.
a rat like Donnie Brasco though, cause ain't no hoe in me.
Notice me, senpai, they cry when I choke to speak. Set this crooked city on fire to light the smokery. Old timers speak of us hushed and trusted rosaries. I lust after greatness, I'm aiming right at his ovaries. Better run from the future, Palooka. You acting like it's safe and the revolution's been. There's liars on the loose if we listen to you. We're the takers of the jewels, never singing a tune in.
All soft, all soft, all soft.
My mama said that I'm not living right. She said I'm crying on ya. She said I waited up for you all night. I said I'm trying, mama. My mama said that I'm not living right. She said I'm crying on ya. She said I waited up for you all night. I said I'm trying, mama. My mama said that I'm not living right. She said
dying, mama.
My mama said that I'm not living right,
But I ain't crying, mama.
my mama said that I'm not living right,
You raised the line, mama. I ain't lying, mama.
my mama said that I'm not living right. I said I'm trying, mama. I said I'm trying, mama.
And we're back. You're in tune to the Wake and Bake Show. I'm your host, Miss Green Jeans. Wow. Okay, this particular story I pulled up is from WYFF News Channel 4. That's a local station here in South Carolina. If you're in favor of legalizing medical marijuana in South Carolina, leave a thumb up on this story. If you're against it, leave the angry emoji. You got some of everything on here. This thing has been seen, it's been commented on, at least with the emojis, over 8,000 times and has 535 shares. Now, what we're going to talk about is some of the comments on this, and it's going to be a couple other ones I'm going to be pulling up from different stations and different formats here on my personal Facebook page that's been shared on there one way or the other. Now, once again, these are not my statements. These are statements that's made already public by people that seen these articles. Okay, the most relevant was Renee Order. It doesn't bother me one bit. I grew up with my parents and family members smoking parties back in the early 70s. My memory serves me that it was always happy and hungry. As I grew a little older, about 11 or so, the little bit older kids were smoking it and they were always happy and hungry. I never remember anyone getting hurt in any way. But when I became old, I made the choice to try it, and I had to say it was not my thing. But I won't knock it anymore because I choose it over the hard stuff. People really need to quit getting so on over the little things, and if there's proof that it's a huge help, medical-wise, I'm all for it. Now, with that comment, somebody had one reply. Oh, they say that they're new friend. Okay. Now, this is Angel. I'm not giving out her last name. I don't smoke it. I don't plan to, but I know several individuals that do, and it helps them with their post-traumatic stress disorder, seizures, migraines, etc. I've seen what it can do firsthand. And Kaylee Lee, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, looks like it beats the angry little faces. Beautiful plant that has been planted on this earth, which helps and cures so many diseases and cancers. This herb heals healthy way, and I believe it can help the opioid crisis. My belief and thoughts on this matter. Reggie. Boy, that leads to a whole bunch of comments and conversations. We ain't gonna even go there. Marijuana is an all-natural, God-given plant used for medical and recreation purposes. So little side effects versus the pharmaceutical medications that cause more side effects that hinder the body help healing. Legalize it. Okay, Deborah Guinness. I had to pronounce this one because this is interesting. The way the legislation was written to make those who have access to the medicine is very limited. Most conservative medical marijuana law in the country, South Carolina, deserves better. Okay. Nathaniel said they need to just legalize it, medically, period, and recreation. And somebody says it's a start. Okay, and I'm going to read this one, the person's first and last name, because we stand apart on certain things, and I'm going to comment on this after the fact. Jill Strange stated, 26 states, South Carolina still doesn't have a comprehensive medical cannabis laws. We could continue to be like them. Now, more replies. This is my reply to that. Deborah Gaines, there's other bills out there. You don't have to support the one. You have to support the one that fits your needs. And I am concerned about this bill. It's not, and this is not it for me. It's not. I mean, and then you got one person. I'm proud of everyone here who is a South Carolina resident in favor of passing this bill. Obviously, Zachary, I'm going to give you my response to that. Have you read the entire bill? I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. I don't need nobody telling me how to use my medicine. It has been treating me since 2014 with my post-traumatic stress. Without that, I wouldn't be here. So, to the senator that currently sits in legislation that's co-sponsoring this bill, for you to put it in such language as you did, it's not about bongs or all this stuff. That make you sound like a 70s hippies reference. It's not about joints, blunts, or bombs, and don't give a damn what bill it is. It's about people getting well. And this study's been shown that some people that smoke cannabis, it gets into their system a lot faster than an edible or your tinctures. So, I understand this, the Surgeon General's okay? But, at any rate, still smoking cannabis is less harmful than the current pharmaceuticals that our soldiers are dying taking. We lose 22 a day. But you want to say, put on the statement that it's not about blunts, bongs, and all this other bullshit. No, it's not. But at the end of the day, it's not about nobody regulating how I use my medicine. So, fight is on, ladies and gentlemen. Fight is on, because I wouldn't be so passionate about it. But I am for certain reasons. One, I'm a patient first and foremost before anything. I have 2 total knee replacements, and I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. Yes, I am prior service. I have a lot of veterans that won't come out and speak. I speak for them. So, keeping all that in mind there alone, I know that it works. Because if it didn't, I wouldn't be doing it. And for all those who feel that, this bill is fine for them, may God bless you and God keep you. Just don't ask me to swallow the bullshit when this bill is passed and y'all crying because it's certain things that's going to go along with this bill you ain't going to be happy about. Because this bill is about money and control. And I'm not about either one of them. I'm about helping everybody. And then when you have an activist on there say they don't care about nobody else except for the people that's around them, you know what? I got 2 letters for you. F you. That's just the bottom line on that, guys. You wanted it real and passionate. You have just that this morning. And I see how passionate my friends is this morning. Not the phone. Have y'all heard my phone ring one time? I'm gonna make sure it's working. Make sure ain't nobody call. I ain't see it light up. Nope. Not one call. So that lets me know that I guess I'm the only one passionate about this, and we got those keyboard vigilantes out there that like to go ahead and get behind their keyboard and say what they gotta say. Well, it's like this. I'm still gonna keep doing what I'm gonna do, and that is speaking the truth about cannabis and hemp. And if I'm gonna tell you like this here, and I'm gonna go in the break when I say this. If I can't help you, I damn sure ain't gonna harm you. And Bill S366 is harm. To me, is more like 666. We'll be right back.
When you're under the influence of marijuana and you choose to get behind the wheel, you know it's wrong. So if you don't listen to your instincts, think about your fellow passengers. Or think about the other people on the road. Even the unexpected ones. And if you don't think about them,
you'll answer to us. Drive baked, get busted.
Squinting like a mother Asian persuasion. Truth be told, just a high Caucasian. Strange junkie, yeah, I'm the first to admit it. If you crossing up genetics and you know I wanna get it. Spark up cuz we squinting cross the nation. Probably never hear this on your radio station. CD, iTunes, SoundCloud, this. Bump it real loud, put your neighbors real pissed. Come over knocking with an attitude that's funky when the lead is squinting and smelling a little funky. But that's okay, it's just how we do. Squinting with your old homeboy J. Woo. Call me the candle man cause I'm sugar wax stabbing. Love me the shatter, gonna grab a full slab and get this party started the best way I know how. And every single one of us be squinting for a while. We're squinting, yeah, that's how we do it. When you blazing with your old boy, J. Root says squinting each and every single day. Pass a blunt around like this record do play. We're squinting every time we roll through. When you blazing with your old boy, J. Root says squinting early morning to the night. Just make sure my bone ain't packed too tight. Squinting, you can call me Mr. Miyagi. Blood so green, call it Kermit the Froggy. Getting my mind foggy off the garden of weeding. Eyes wide shut is a life I'm leading. Now we proceeding to squint and get lifted. What strength you got to make reality shifted? If you've been around for a minute or two, know if it that good and make the J review. It's a guest choice till the end of the song. Do you wanna spark a joint, a blunt, bowl, a bomb? Lungs get ready with your squint game, baby. Think you can hang with the squint squad, maybe? Grab a dab who could be the party starter. Also grab a bone and please change the water. Rooms elevated, all y'all minds are lifted. Squinting to the words of the most gifted. Squinting, yeah, that's how we do it. When you blazing with your old boy, J. Root says squinting each and every single day. Pass a blunt around like this record do play. Says squinting every time we roll through. When you blazing with your old boy, J. Root says squinting early morning to the night. Just make sure my bone ain't packed too tight. Squinting like it was my 9 to 5. So much honey in my jar, you thought I robbed a hive. Eyes wide shut, if you know what I'm saying. Living the squint life, y'all know I ain't playing. Dabs on deck, ounce of flour in the glove box. Head out to the work, we bout to hot box some moon rocks. Back up in a party and I got one wish, hoping that I get to try that squish. Sipping round the table, THC infused drinks. Squint with your homie, talking about what he thinks. Brought the distillate with them added in turks. DTFO, knocking out them twerks. Please make sure your boy don't fall. Who's a DK dab king out, y'all? You want a good time? Let's do some bone races. Then we're gonna have a whole room of squinted faces. Squinting, yeah, that's how we do it. When you blazing with your old boy, J. Root says squinting each and every single day. Pass a blunt around like this record do play. We're squinting every time we roll through. When you blazing with your old boy, J. Root says squinting early morning to the night. Just make sure my bong ain't packed too tight. We're squinting every time I roll through. Yeah, I know you're squinting, baby. We're squinting, you're squinting. From New York to San Quentin. Get at me.
Mr. JT.
Let the taste, they hit the ground.
Let me get a light on.
And we're back. You're in tune to the Wake and Bake Show. Booby trap impales Michigan officer at medical marijuana grow operation. The officer scaled a gate at the medical marijuana grow operation. On the other side was a sheet of plywood with more than 100 3-inch threaded checking screws pointed up, where both of his feet were impaled. Ow! Woo! Good Lord, I'm just in pain just thinking about that. The person who set up the bed of screws to protect his marijuana grow operation seriously injured a Michigan police officer, might face charges if the prosecution can find criminal statutes that applies. It's hardly thought that even exists law conveying booby traps addressing spring-loaded devices and explosives, but apparently and not the bed of a nail screws on private property. Kent County Prosecutor Kurt Becker said, "We're looking into this, but it's not something readily apparent," Becker said, and it was the Wyoming Police Chief James Cameron calling for the charge. "I think anytime you set up a trap of any sort to cause harm or injury, it should be prohibited," Cameron said on Tuesday. "We have warning on mice traps, but there's something we don't have a law in the book on. It kind of defies gravity as far as I'm concerned." Wow. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. It's on private property. You scaled the fence to get in. I understand that's the police. But once again, you scaled the fence to get in. So they're protecting their property. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I mean, I'm sorry that the officer got hurt. You know, and he was giving chase to a suspect at the time during a robbery. But, I mean, I'm going to keep an eye on this story just to see where this lands, because I didn't know that. I thought they had a law prohibiting that. So that's something that kind of is a touchy thing. So stay tuned for that. Okay, I'm going to do a story out of Rolling Stone that's kind of interesting as well. Also, I'm going to be, after this story, I'm going to, the last talk of the day is going to be about my home state of Florida. Oh, whilst we're waiting on this story to pull up. Oh, it done finally pull up. Cannabis in Congress. Why federally legal weed could soon becoming a reality. Pro-marijuana bills introduced to Congress used to largely symbolic now have a choice to actually reach the floor of the House and come to a vote. And remember, I said this is by Rolling Stone. Okay. Even with the government shutdown has been unanimously looming the Washington these past 3 weeks. Just one moment. I think we have a call in. Good morning. You're in tune to the Wake and Bake Show. Can I help you?
Good morning, Miss Rosemary. I'm calling from North Carolina.
Good morning, Miss Paula. Nobody heard you because I had you muted for a second. Now repeat where you calling from.
I am calling from Southern Pines, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
How are you this morning?
I'm fired up and fine, girl. I mean, I was just talking about the story about cannabis coming legal all over across the United States. And this is the thing. I don't know. I know you live in North Carolina, and I know y'all got a bill that's coming up soon. But we have 3 bills here in South Carolina. One is...
Yeah, what is this house, the new one you guys have, that one?
Oh, that one S366.
That's it?
Yes. That's a nasty little bill.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I kind of been looking at that. So
yeah.
Tell me what's going on with that. Like, what's the what are they trying to do? Because you have Lindsey Graham in your state, don't you?
He's in my district. Girl, damn. I mean, you making my day even worse. He's in my district.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I write him at least once a day.
Do you really?
Yes.
I need to start doing that to Jamie Bowles because he is the minority whip of the House.
Mm-hmm. And that's what you need to do.
Doing that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, right? Go by their office, make an appointment, make sure, I ain't got to tell you how to dress because I know you know how to dress. But for those who are listening and hearing our conversation, me and Paula's an activist over in North Carolina, and I'm an activist here in South Carolina, for those who didn't know. We know how to go in the building and dress. We don't need you going in there with no pot leaf shirts and all that. Leave that for another day. We need you to go in there in business casual attire. I know everybody can't afford business attire.
Yeah, but even if you wear nice jeans that are nice and,
Yeah, you
nice
can even
shirt
do
with
that.
a tie.
Yeah.
You can do that. You don't
Yeah.
have to go like dressed in a 3-piece suit or
No.
something.
No. But some do, which is good. You know, that shows that we do clean up
good.
well.
That's good. It's respectful.
Yeah, it's
Some
respectful.
people don't have the money nowadays, so it's kind of hard to go out and get. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
kind of hard out there.
Yes, it is. It's getting harder. That's what's even worse. It's getting harder. Because our 45th president said he's going to make America great again. Yeah, carries back into the Great Depression.
Do you want to hear something very scary? This is off topic. Secret Service came in. Secret Service, Homeland Security came into my job last night. Because, you know, I work part-time now with my lupus. So
right.
They came in last night, and I just thought to myself, my God. You know, I apologize. I said, I'm really sorry what's happening. They're not getting checks.
I know.
Do you realize our Homeland Security people are not getting checks as we're fighting over this frickin' border wall? Do you realize that?
Yeah, that's sad, ain't it? Our Coast Guard is not getting paid neither. Our Coast Guard is guarding our waters.
Oh, Jesus.
They're not getting paid
I forgot
either.
About that.
That's
okay,
right.
I totally forgot.
Yeah, now,
point.
For people who don't know, the Department of Defense, my husband's retired military, so I guess that's why I keep an inside scoop on this, and by me being a veteran, I keep even closer eye on it.
And I live on, like,
we'll still get paid until October 1st.
Okay, so you do get paid.
Yeah, we'll get paid until October 1st. That's when our budget is up again. For the Coast Guard, they're not currently getting paid. And this was the thing that I'm glad you brought this up. This is the heartbreaking thing. I seen on the news this morning that all these GoFundMe pages and all this stuff setting up money for these people, they can't accept it.
Oh my God.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Oh my God. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm surprised that someone's not saying something, because you have Homeland Security not working. Something's wrong.
Let me tell you like this here. Somebody really did not think this thing out. When Trump said that he'd own up to this, I hope he owning up to it now, because see, he's gonna have people camping out on his lawn if he ain't careful. Because you're looking at almost a month that people have not got paid.
Right.
And this is one of the stories that I heard on TV, and it's affecting friends of mine personally, but I'm going to share this particular one. These people had never missed a mortgage payment. Not one payment. Right. They call into their mortgage company and say, we're sorry, we work for the government. We currently don't have a paycheck.
Right.
This is what the mortgage company implied. I'm sorry to hear about your loss of income, but if you don't have this payment and next month payment, we will be forced to start foreclosure proceedings.
Oh my God!
Now,
what do you?
Yeah. Now if that is not a sobering moment, and this affects our people in the cannabis community as well, because we have activists right now that is currently not getting a paycheck, being furloughed. Even worse, now let me tell you something, it's tax season. How you gonna call people back you furloughed for almost a month and tell them come back to work, but we ain't gonna pay you? That's slavery.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
Let the truth be.
Basically, we own you.
Yeah, sorry to say it, but hell, that's slavery. And slavery was abolished back in when?
I know.
Oh my God. This is on topic because it affects all of us. So don't say it's not on topic, because each and every one of us that's here in this country know at least one or two people are related to somebody
that works for the government.
That's right. So this is not our topic. This is on point, because they're talking about this one place that had the most workers out. They're talking about how it's affecting these people that's not in the government sector, the restaurants owners and everything. They was talking about that this morning, talking about how they're seeing their numbers dwindling.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but what about the kids that work, even young women or mothers or, single, disabled, the people that work for me that are in low income?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Their housing vouchers may be affected right now.
That is correct. And guess what? If they don't get paid in 2 months, they start evictions.
See, that's scary because at $8 an hour, I only make $8-9 an hour. That's the max you make at. Well, I'm in the retail side, but the waitresses make $2, right? $2.10 or something an hour. They live off their tips.
I know my daughter's a waitress at Waffle House, so I totally understand.
So you get it. So now when people are coming, so what's happening is when people are, my hours were cut, right? So I'm down to 15, which is fine. But, I mean, I barely make it. But the waitresses, that people are coming in to eat because people don't have money. And they're not tipping like they used to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are hurting. Actually, right now, one of the girls said, Miss Paula, can I move in? And I'm like, this is bad times, and I know her family, and I know. So I was like, if you need to, because you can't just let people go out there and just not have a place to live. You know what I mean? If their homes are being evicted, they're not making the money. What do you want people to do? And they'll say, well, go get a job. Where in the hell do you tell people to get a job at if there's no jobs? Where do you tell them to go? Some of these people are working 2-3 jobs
already. I know. That's the thing that they're not talking about. And this is the thing, and I'm not making this a racial thing, but I'm just keeping it real. On every channel I've seen so far, they've had white people on here. White. Right. Like the Latinos, the Asians, the African Americans got it go. No. You got people on all walks of life living paycheck to paycheck. I know there's supposed to be the sympathy card with the quote-unquote white lady with the little baby. But this is affecting all of us. I want to see some people of color out there talking about this. This one lady, she was white, talking about she's driving Uber Eats. And she's going to have to keep up with Uber Eats even though she's being called back to work. Now, ain't that a kick in the head?
Yes.
Because she says doing Uber Eats is only giving her a fourth of what she normally makes.
Right. Exactly.
So...
You can't like when my lupus takes over, I'm screwed. What am I gonna do? Because I am disabled now, but I mean, I still work part time because I can't live off a disability. You can't live off a disability.
I'm glad you said that point. Now think about it for a second. I'm glad you said that because currently right now I'm still waiting on my disability. So guess what? The court systems are clogged up as it is, and if they can't get people to go to work, guess what? That means I got to wait a lot longer. I'm losing shit left and right. Waiting on disability. I can't stand for over 20 minutes and I can't sit for over an hour. So.
Yes, I can't. I have to stand because of my back. So my back surgeries, I'm like the opposite. I have to be standing because I can't sit I have a mass in my back, so they can't get it. But it's not a big deal. It's a lipoma. It's nothing bad.
Right.
It's just a fat mass. But it hurts like hell, and I've had 2 back surgeries. So I have to stand. So I'm in retail, which is good because I have to walk all the time, which is perfect for me. But what happens when I can't walk anymore and that mass grows? You see if that fatty mass gets bigger. What happens? And I worked all my life till I was in my late 40s, till mid 40s. I'm sorry, 46. Yeah, till my lupus got me. I mean, I worked all my freaking life since I was a kid. So, when people say, oh, you just want a disability. No, motherfucker. Excuse my language.
No, go ahead, girl. This is the Wake and Bake Show. We keep it real on here.
I'm like, no, motherfucker. I was 12 years old when I was diagnosed with this shit. It started with bleeding. I had ITP. Then it went into mixed connective tissue, and it got worse. I've suffered with this all my life. In and out of remission, like a freaking yo-yo, right? I did it. So don't sit, people say, oh, you just want disability. No, you think my ass wants to be at home? You don't think I want to be flying or teaching in the classroom anymore? Come on, man. And that's what really irritates me about these people here. And I'm just like, I work 15 hours a week with lupus. My hands are swollen. They're white. They turn white. They turn purple. They turn bright red, all the way up to my elbows and up to my knees, right, from the Raynauds. And it's getting worse. And they want to put me on medicine. I said, nope, I ain't taking nothing.
I heard it.
I'm not, because my sister's in the hospital dying from Cushing's. Now, she was in her 30 years old, something like that, 28, 30, when she went out on disability, but nobody said shit, right? Lupus, oh, terrible. Nobody said shit about that. But she needed to be out on disability because a girl is with lupus. It's terrible. I don't know how I made it, but by the grace of God, you do. But the other problem with that is, what happens when those 15 hours go? What happens when I can't work? Okay? So I'm down to my disability paycheck. I won't make it.
Yeah, I know that's right. And that's what I be talking about all the time.
Beautiful home. Oh, she doesn't deserve him. I live in a fucking 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, and I have a daughter. So it's not like I live in this monstrosity, but I'm looking at like a 1-bedroom, like a small efficiency for me in Carmela now because it's too expensive.
Oh my God.
And she dances, and what am I going to say? You can't dance? I sacrifice so my child can get out here and do something with her life. She doesn't have my disease. My son doesn't. Thank you, God in heaven. Neither one of my kids have it. Because it comes up every 4th generation or whatever, because the Lupus Foundation did a study on us years ago, and my sisters and I, right?
Right.
So Gloria, Daria, and I have it. Out of the 6, 3 of us are afflicted with it. But I'm telling you, it is Gloria, Daria, and me. But you don't realize how many people are struggling. It's just not my story. There's 100 stories at Cracker Barrel like mine.
Wow.
It's not just mine. There's kids in there.
Now you think about it for a second, and not to interrupt you, but
yeah, go ahead.
You work for a chain. Cracker Barrels are all throughout the United States. Now think about those areas that's really being hit hard. You're talking about down on this end that you're feeling effects. Think about those states that really have an influx. Think about that. That's huge.
Yeah, that is.
And you got to think about it. Since you work in the restaurant industry, Waffle House is the same way.
Yeah, Waffle House, Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, all those.
So all them.
And you know what happens if the money start going down? What they do, they start cutting people.
That's what they're doing. They're cutting hours.
They're cutting hours.
Correct.
They know what's going on. They're trying to give guys some hours, but you got to look at their perspective too. They got to look at their bottom line. So that's what makes it more difficult. But I do want to ask you this one question, Paula, whilst I have you on the line. When is y'all bill coming up to be read, or has it already been read? Because I know it's supposed to be something going on at the State House soon.
It's February 4th, and then we have another one April. Don't quote me the time. I don't know the exact date. But that's House Bill by Representative Kelly.
Okay.
Kelly Alexander. I want to say it's House Bill 9 something. I'm so bad with my memory. 9 something.
Okay. Do you know basically what that bill is about right offhand?
Yeah, it's Representative Kelly wants to decriminalize anything under 4 ounces. So if you have 4 ounces under, it should be, you can't be charged with a felony. So
that's good.
Hell yeah, it is. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's been doing this for years. A lot of people give him a hard time, but you got to understand what Kelly's fighting against. Representative Kelly's fighting against. He's fighting against the GOP here, and it is strong. But Jesus would not want marijuana. And you try to explain to them, it is an herb. He used it. It's in the Bible. Cannabism is in the Bible.
Yes, it is.
And they really don't want to understand that. So kudos to Kelly. I mean, we've been working with him. Rebecca Forbes, she's done it. Tammy, all of them. Dana, all of them have been fighting, for our rights up there. And especially those 3. Those 3 are the hard hitters. I mean, they were the girls up there all the time.
Yeah, because I was one of the fearsome foursome.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't start coming into the game till 2012, up there lobbying and stuff. So I've only been in it for 7 years. But in those 7 years, I mean, Jerry Tillman, who used to be my senator here, he now switched to a different area. He's in a different county after they kind of did the redistricting and things. Yeah, and then Rebecca had talked to him, and he wants more information about the oil. So, before he wouldn't even talk to me about, oh, here she comes, a marijuana girl, here we go, Snowflake, here we go, there's that Snowflake.
Yeah. Hey, check this out, Paula. We got exactly about 4 minutes left.
So I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's no problem. Hey, you're passionate about what you do, but check this out now. With that happening, you think about how they're doing CBD here. Matter of fact, I have a card right here that I'm going to check out after the store. It's Dickens and Details, #HTTP //catinfusion.com. It's Taste and Talk Charlotte. They got a DJ, drinks, vendor, CBD infused
food. What is this?
Yes, I'm going to go online and check it out after the show. So I'm going to call you back and let you know more details about it. But what I'm stating is this. With all this stuff going on like this, with all the CBD bars and everything else that's popping up, y'all gonna get legalization before South Carolina, and I might just have to jump that line because I'm sick of dealing with them.
You think we will?
Yes, because you gotta think about it. In Charlotte alone, I don't know how often you come up to Charlotte. about everywhere you look is some type of CBD product sold or infused.
Do they have CBD bars up there that you can go to and like sit down and?
Yes, I'm thinking about having my birthday party at one of them out. That details is to come as well.
Do they have a hookah bar like for CBD where you go and you can just
yeah.
CBD?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So
I'll give you more details on that. I'm hoping I can do a live show that afternoon or that night. I'm looking for a location where I can go ahead and do my because I'm born on 3/14, so it's gonna be a Pi Day celebration.
See, and where I'm at, I'm by Fayetteville. So Fayetteville's military, so there's not that much here. It's kind of like behind everything a little bit because obviously military. But it's crazy. You would think they would be like encouraging the military to use CBD as opposed to other things, right?
Can't do it against the military form of justice. Sorry about that.
Yep.
I hate to say it.
Terrible?
I mean, we had a commander that was over ROTC got booted behind it. I shared that story a few months back. I asked him to come on the show, but he has declined to come in, and I understand that. And sir, I respect your right for that. And he was on. Now think about it. He was only teaching.
Oh my God.
And he got booted for that.
That's tragic.
Yeah, it is. It is. But on the end and closing, Paula, we're gonna go ahead and end this up, but I don't want you to go nowhere when I close this show because I want to talk to you about this CBD infused stuff off air. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's the showtime for today. Paula, I appreciate you calling in and doing what you do best. And I love you too, girls. Hey, that's the Wake and Bake show for today, but I got one question for y'all. Are you awake yet? If not, you need to go ahead and tune in Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love each and every one of you. Hey, keep doing what you do, and if you don't like it, just go ahead and post because your damn show ain't going to talk about it. Peace.
I'm gonna put my nickel in a slot machine and play my solid cinder. I'm gonna start packing Susie Q, 'cause I'm on a bender. I'm so high and so dry, I'm sailing in the sky. I got my ropes around, I can't come down. Jack.